Hello, awesome stepmoms. I'm Siobhan Sampson, founder of Blended Family Bliss. I help blended families resolve or work through their blended family conflicts. I primarily work with stepmoms who are struggling with their spouse's co-parent conflict or who are looking to just foster better relationship with their stepkids. My awesome blended family is made up of 5 awesome kids. 4 are stepkids, all have different mothers, and 1 bio kid, which is not by my husband. So we have truly a blended mix. So let's start off with the sneaker. Now I do have my notes here, so you may see me looking down from time to time, but it's just I want to make sure that I give you all the information I can quick, fast, so that you can get on with moving towards a blended family bliss. So the silent stepmom is the type of stepmom that really doesn't say much, whether there's conflict that's going on and she could be right in the middle of it, or she could be off to the sidelines, but she's not going to share her thoughts or her feelings on it. And the reason why a lot of times we become silent stepmoms is because we've said so much in the past and we felt ignored. So we're saying, why bother saying anything at all? And so one of the pros to being a silent stepmom type is that when things are going bonkers and everything and stresses are high between, let's say, your spouse and his the bio mom, if you're silent, then you're not adding to that. But a disadvantage to that is that you are not heard. And so when you do happen to say something about an issue, people are used to not having to listen to you. And so that can create a whole nother round of frustrations for you. The next that we're going to talk about is the sandal or the rebel stepmom. And this is that stepmom that normally is easygoing, doesn't say much, but when you push that wrong button, she's like a bull in a china shop. And she's coming out with guns a-blazing and ready to, chop some heads off. So the pros with this is that you've pretty much accepted your role as a stepmom, but you're not going to be put in a box. And that is going to really help you position yourself in your blended family. The con to that, though, there can sometimes be some confusion on how to communicate with you, because one may feel as if they're not sure what your reaction is going to be if they haven't figured out what those buttons are. So now we're going to talk about the stiletto, or we all have heard of the evil stepmother. And if you've happened to take the quiz and you got this, you understand that the evil stepmother is not the evil stepmother that we all know of. It is actually that stepmom that actually may be the disciplinary of her stepkids. And so when you try to bring order and when you try to set standards in your household and you're the only one doing that, you can sometimes come across as being the bad guy. And so that's, one of those things where you even in yourself feel like you're being mean. And even if you're not, you're just trying to set a standard because you want the best for not only just for your husband when he's working or when he's with his kids, but also for the kids themselves. And so a pro to that is you have set boundaries. That's something that some of us other stepmom styles we can get from that is how to set those boundaries. A con to that is you being the enforcer, you're misunderstood and you are made out to be that bad guy. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the wedge or the balanced stepmom style. And this person or this stepmom on the surface may seem as if they've gotten it together. They're balanced. They know when to speak and when not to speak. So the pro to that is they sometimes maintain a level of control. A con to that is when you've reached that status, you may think you've made it, and so sometimes you may not be able to see, those conflicts that are those new conflicts that are arriving. That can be kind of frustrating for you. And so that basically is what we have, and we have the sneaker, which is the silent stepmom. We have the sandal, which is the rebel stepmom. We have the stiletto, which is the evil stepmom, and we have the wedge, which is that balanced stepmom. And we all can learn from each other. You may find some similarities. You're just as much the evil stepmother as you are the wedge stepmother. You can be you can have that where you've set boundaries and you may, set that standard for your blended family, but at the same time, you feel as if you have found that balance and that level of control. And I have just a little bit of a visual aid here, where here we have the stiletto that is the wedge. And so, I love shoes, and that's how you know what your stepmom style is, because you got a shoe. So I'm going to use these as visual aids. So this is your stiletto with the wedge. Or maybe you are that sandal with the wedge. So you may be that rebel, and you may, seem, balanced at those times, but then when that button is pushed, that's when that rebel comes out. And last but not least, the sneaker, the silent stepmom with the wedge, with the sneaker. So again, ideally, we want to take all 4 of the stepmom styles and pick and choose when we should use which style. So there's no one style better than the other. You can't be all of one. It's really a measure, a way of merging them all together. And so future videos, I will actually go into each individual stepmom style and really dig in deep and really get you to understand what these are. But for now, I just wanted you to get an overall summary of the stepmom style quiz and to get a brief introduction on each of the 4 stepmom styles. I hope you have gotten some value out of this. Feel free to email me. Feel free to go to Blended Family Bliss Facebook page and click like. And until next time, goodbye.